Pitchers and catchers is under 1 month away. Yes, you heard me correctly. We are so close to baseball season, and with that was a big announcement today from the Philadelphia Phillies stating that 23 players have been invited to big league camp as non-roster invites. First, I do want to get your hopes up a little bit here and get you excited for the season. And with that, we had a tweet today from Todd Zalecki. If you hadn't heard, Phillies pitchers and catchers will hold their first workout in Clearwater, Florida on February 12th, which is under now a month away. The team's first full squad workout is February 17th, and the Grapefruit League opener is February 22nd versus Detroit in Lakeland. The home opener is February 23rd versus Baltimore, and that is obviously at Baycare Ballpark. But we did find out today the 23 players that are not on the 40-man roster that will be invited to Major League spring training as non-roster invitees. As far as pitchers, Tristan Garnett, Nick Vespi, Nabil Chrismat, Jose Cuas, Joel Kunal, John McMillan, Griff McGarry, Nicholas Padilla, Andrew Painter, Austin Schulfer, Guilo Zuniga, Josh Brio, Peyton Henry, Paul McIntosh, Caleb Ricketts. As far as catchers, for infielders, Rodolfo Castro, Otto Kemp, Rafael Lantigua, Aidan Miller, and Carson Taylor. As far as outfielders, Justin Crawford and Gabriel Rinkenes Jr., and infielders / outfielders, Matt Kroon. Sorry, that is a lot of names there, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know the pronunciation of all 23 of them, but this is big. These are the players that, aren't on the 40-man roster that are going to get a shot to show themselves to the Phillies organization, and show everybody sort of what they have. Obviously, I think we know the big ones: Andrew Painter, Aidan Miller, and the third one being Justin Crawford. Those are really your big guys right now. This is what I wrote today for Crossing Broad. As far as these three guys, if you want to go check out this full article, please do so on crossingbroad.com. Andrew Painter's debut with the big league club will happen at some point in 2025. Dombrowski spoke to the media a few weeks back, stating that Painter will not pitch any live games this spring, but he will still be throwing bullpens and do off-field work nearly every day, said Dombrowski. He is recovering, obviously, from Tommy John surgery from the beginning of last season. Aidan Miller, he is definitely the most intriguing prospect as far as position players. He's 20 years old and won't turn 21 until June 9th. The Phillies' first-round selection in the 2023 MLB draft is predicted to be the future of the Phillies infield, slashing .267, .375, .436 with an .811 OPS across low A, high A, and double A. The last two seasons, Miller hit .275 in 39 games in low A last season before being promoted. Justin Crawford isn't far behind Miller in talent, and some believe Crawford will see the pros before Miller. While it's not expected for Crawford to make his major league debut in 25, I personally would not rule anything out. If Crawford continues to fly through the minor leagues, the Phillies could try him in center late in the 2025 season if they truly think he's ready. Once again, I repeat, don't expect to see him, but at the same time, don't rule a late season test run out. And I think these three guys are obviously taking the headlines. Andrew Painter is a future in your rotation. Justin Crawford, there's a very, very, very good chance that he will be the future in your outfield. And Aidan Miller is probably not going anywhere. He is going to be either your third baseman, shortstop, whatever position they certainly want to put him at. And obviously they have Trey, but wherever the fit is for Miller once he's ready, he will be one of your young star infielders in the coming years. But those weren't the only three guys. Obviously there was 20 more. And a few did stick out to me. This is also what I wrote today for Crossing Broad. I said you won't see a ton of these guys in the pros this year. One name that does stick out to me is Rinkenes Jr. He's just 23 years old. He hit .273 last year in the Arizona Fall League and slashed .263, .357, .487 with an .843 OPS in Double-A last year. He's got power to the swing. He logged 59 hits in 224 at-bats last year with 11 homers and 29 RBIs. Nick Vespi is another guy that I would sort of keep an eye out for. He signed a minor league contract with the Phillies back on December 19th. It's been a bit of a roller coaster for Vespi so far throughout his career. He did struggle in AAA last year, but did log a 2.92 ERA in 12.1 innings for the Orioles as well. So he did show some flashes of maybe there's something there last year in the pros. Last one for me was really Otto Kemp. He's another one to look out for. A dominant stint last Arizona Fall League a few months ago. He did struggle in 13 AAA games last season, but he tore the cover off of the baseball down in AA. I think this Phillies team is in a spot right now where they have the core. They have the stars. They have the rotation. They have just about the pieces. I think we can kind of all agree that I think maybe we want one more bullpen guy or we want one more outfielder. But as far as the Phillies right now, they are pretty set. They still have one of the highest payrolls in baseball. They spent one of the most money this offseason. And it is still a very good chance and a very good opportunity for the Phillies this upcoming season. I know this offseason has been a bit frustrating for some people because they didn't go out and sort of get the star. But you can only have so many stars on your team before these sort of role players and filler guys start to improve. These guys like Bryson Stott, that leap needs to be here. The Alec Bohms need to stay consistent. The Brandon Marshes need to be able to play every day. The Realmutos of this world need to continue to stay the course and not start to fall off like we've sort of seen out of JT. But these young guys are the future, specifically, once again, those top three, Aidan Miller, Andrew Painter, and Justin Crawford. These are really the three big ones to keep an eye out for. Good chance, and I will say there is a very, very, very good chance that neither three of these guys make the team out of camp. Aidan Miller is not ready yet. They are not going to rush him, as well as Justin Crawford. I still do think that Crawford will probably see the pros before Miller, just because I think the game from where he got drafted to now is developing a little better in the outfield, whereas Miller, you really want to get the bat exactly where you want it to be before you bring him to the pros. But the big one, obviously, is Andrew Painter, because once again, like I did say, even though he won't be, starting games or pitching in live game situations in Clearwater, he's still going to be throwing every day. He's still going to be doing bullpens, and this is really part of the last step of getting him back and getting him game ready. I would expect him to start the year in AAA, sort of log a few starts down there, but it seems like the Phillies are ready for this guy once the summer is here. My guess right now is probably around the middle of June. There is a series down in Florida, I believe it's against the Tampa Bay Rays, that is very close to Andrew Painter's family. This was pointed out by Anthony Sanfilippo of On Pattison, that would make pretty good sense for a potential debut for Painter if that was the timeline. If not, it would obviously be probably at home, but the Andrew Painter debut will be here before we know it. The summer will be here before we know it. I know it's cold outside. I know there's probably still snow on the ground near some of you guys, but baseball season is approaching. It is going to be here fast, and obviously now we are under a month away from pitchers and catchers. So these guys, if any of them stand out to you, let me know down in the comments if you want to see more from these guys this spring training and who you're keeping your eye on. Because for me, it really is those three big ones and then these three guys right here. There's obviously some more, like we said, there are 17 more names that I could bring up in this long list right here, but 23 guys have got a non-roster invitation to spring training, and I am ready for pitchers and catchers. So with that being said, this has been a new episode of Phillies Digest. Myself and Sean Bernard are humming right now on the channel. There's a video going out every single day, and we thank you once again for your support. But I do want to say 80% of the people that are watching our videos are not subscribed. So if you are one of those people, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know exactly when we are posting. And with that, this has been another episode of Phillies Digest. My name is Luke Arcaini, and I will see you next time.